Hi, my name is Danette Penrod with Wellness Spoiled, and I partner with doTERRA Essential Oils to provide the ongoing support and education behind the doTERRA products. And tonight I wanted to share with you some simple, easy ways to incorporate essential oils and other natural solutions into your life, specifically as an amputee. So I have a little presentation here that I'll share with you. So my husband, Steve, almost 3 years ago, October 24th will be his 3-year anniversary, ampuversary, I've heard it called. He had his amputation due to a blood clot. And I had just started using essential oils at that time. And we started using the essential oils on him for wound care and all sorts of stuff, and really have developed some protocols that have been key to his overall wellness. And we wanted to share those with you. And so we're going to start kind of at the beginning with what are essential oils. For those of you who do not know, essential oils are the aromatic compounds that come from a plant. It's what gives a plant its aroma. If you think about peeling a wild, or not a wild orange, well, any orange or lemon, that zest that sprays from the orange whenever you peel it, that would be what's captured through cold distillation or cold press distillation and captured into the bottle. And one of the key things with essential oils is that they are what actually protect the plant from its environmental threats. So if you think about a plant living in its natural habitat and an insect coming and landing on it, the essential oils that are in that plant provide a barrier to protect it. And that's what these essential oils end up doing for us, and tapping into nature's gift, which is what doTERRA stands for, is gifts of the earth. And then, so why should we even use essential oils? Essential oils have been used for hundreds of years and date back to biblical times. If you've heard of frankincense and myrrh from the Bible, frankincense was used back in the Egyptian days, and they are extremely natural. They are safe. They provide quick responses to our everyday needs, and they are super simple to use. But one of the things that you get whenever you work with me is this ongoing support and education around how to use them so that it can remain simple. There are a lot of products that we could talk about, but tonight we're really going to focus on the ones that are specific for you as an amputee. And for the quick response piece, every time that you smell or use an essential oil, it is touching every cell in your body in 22 seconds, or I'm sorry, 22 minutes. So that is quick. And unlike a prescription med or an over-the-counter med, if it doesn't work, then if you took a pain pill and it didn't work, oftentimes you have to wait, or you have to take a different brand because you can't take the same thing. You can't do that. With essential oils, because they're safe, if you take something for a headache or pain and it doesn't work within 10 minutes, use some more, because it's not going to hurt. So that's, again, where I come in to help out and teach you. So how can you use doTERRA essential oils? Aromatically is the most common way that most people are familiar with how to use essential oils. Topically, of course, and then doTERRA essential oils are super pure, so they are actually recommended. The majority of their essential oils are recommended for internal use. And I will teach you a little bit about oil safety here just in a few minutes. Um, doTERRA has what they call certified pure therapeutic grade. Unfortunately, essential oil industry is not regulated. So when you go to the store and you buy something that says 100% pure therapeutic grade, unfortunately, that is just a label. And it does not mean that that's truly 100% pure. As a matter of fact, one of the best ways that you can test an oil, if you've bought an oil at the store, is to put a drop in your hand and rub your hands together. If you have any residue at all, then it means that it is not a pure essential oil. With doTERRA, when you put a drop of essential oil on your hand and you rub it together, it is strictly those aromatic compounds that we talked about earlier, and so therefore you will not find any residue on your hand at all. So because of their purity, they put every batch of oil through, or I should say not because of their purity, because of their standard, their certified pure therapeutic grade standard, they put every batch of oil through nearly 60 tests and along the way. So you can see the initial testing, that's from where it's harvested. And so just talk a little bit about where they're sourced and what another way that doTERRA is separated from going to the store to buy an essential oil is they source their oils from the countries where those plants grow naturally. So you can see here on this map, I mean, you maybe can't see the actual places, but you can see that they do source from around the world. doTERRA does not own any of the land that they source on because they believe in empowering the communities in which they have been growers for thousands of years, hundreds of years, and they want to provide sustainable jobs to those communities. And then they help those communities by building bridges and wells. And so they're really a great company in addition to providing the world's best and most pure essential oil on the planet. They are also, their heartbeat is amazing. On the bottom of every bottle, there are some numbers. You can plug that number into the Source to You website, and it will tell you where that oil came from, how it was distilled, and it will give you all of the testing. Now, you and I probably have no idea what in the world those tests mean, but their transparency with their testing is raising the bar in the industry, telling other essential oil companies, you should provide this too. If you have nothing to hide, you should provide your testing. So that's one of the differentiating factors. doTERRA should be called doTERRA Health and Wellness Company instead of doTERRA Essential Oils because they truly are about the whole body. They really do want everyone to be healthy from the inside out. And so I'm sure you've seen something like this back in school, back when you talked about the food pyramid days. But eating right, exercise, rest and manage stress, reduce toxic load, informed self-care, and proactive medical care, these are the foundational blocks of our health and wellness. And this is doTERRA's wellness lifestyle model. And they give us tools and tips in every single category here to help us out and to make sure that we are on the right path. So I want to talk a little bit about this picture. May not resonate with you, but it was pretty powerful to me whenever I realized what Steve was on before. And this is, in my opinion, the reactive and potentially very addictive approach. We very quickly realized that the things that he was using and trying were not working for him. For example, him trying gabapentin for phantom pain wasn't working. So there's no sense in staying on something that's not working for you. Slowly over time, as we both became more comfortable with the oil routines that we developed are what I'm going to kind of share with you. And these right here are the top products that we used along his journey. And many of them we use on a regular basis, daily. Some of them we use as needed, and I'll get into that. But I believe that the essential oil route is your proactive and natural way to handle it. So I'm going to give you the tools necessary to combat the issues whenever you get a cold, or whenever you get a follicular sore, or you develop phantom pain. We're going to provide you with those solutions. But this is also about being proactive on a daily approach. And so if you are treating your residual limb on a regular basis, then you should see a decreased amount of lots of other problems, the phantom pain, wounds in particular. So we're going to talk a little bit about follicular sores. So I don't know what you guys call it. We were told that they were called follicular sores. So I put a picture on here. Hopefully it's not offensive to you, but these raised, they start out what look like to me as under the skin pimples. But what Steve has expressed to me, because clearly I don't know, but that they burn and that they are extremely painful. And so I will just say that his prosthetist had sent him home with a over-the-counter ointment, and it was not, I looked at it and thought, what in the world are we doing? So I asked him if he was open to trying something different to help with the burning, and he said yes. So we tried clove, and immediately after putting it on, he noticed relief. He had no more burning. So this is one of the first things that we discovered and developed work great for taking that burning sensation away from a sore. In addition, clove oil has healthy inflammatory, it's an antioxidant, it's a disinfectant. So putting it on a follicular sore is great because it's going to obviously treat it as a whole. Taken internally, and this is one that I have taken internally a bunch, can calm tense muscles, can support your joints and liver, healthy cellular function and nervous system, and promotes healthy and blood circulation. So clove is an excellent oil to start incorporating, but one that we don't use on a regular basis anymore. This was more at the beginning whenever he was going through 9 different sockets, shrinking and getting fitted for the different sockets, and then developing sores along the way. So we use this more so in the beginning. We very rarely use it anymore because he very rarely runs into these issues anymore. The next is copaiba. So copaiba is compared to CBD, but only in the sense of, if you're familiar with CBD, what it does is it interferes with what's called your CB2 receptors. Your CB2 receptors are what signal or block the signals or send signals to your brain to say that you're feels, pain, whatever. And so what CBD does is it blocks those CB2 receptors. The problem with CBD is that it may or may not work. And I'm sure majority of you, if you've tried CBD, you've heard all sorts of stories. You've heard great success stories, and I hope that you're one of them, that you found a product that works for you. And if you haven't, then I would really recommend trying the copaiba. The difference with copaiba and CBD, obviously this comes, well, not obviously, but this comes from a tree in Brazil. So there is no trace amounts of THC. It's not coming from a marijuana plant. It is totally natural. In addition to it actually helping with pain. It can soothe anxious feelings and support our nervous system. It also is great for your skin. So this is another one that I use to treat Steve's residual limb on a regular basis. And I'll kind of give you that, what I use for him in a bit. The other thing with Copaiba is it actually has more CB2 receptors than CBD does. So it's just a better product and a pure product, because just like essential oils are not regulated, CBD is not either. And unfortunately, about 67-68% of all labeling of CBD is mislabeled, whether it's the dosing or what's in it. And so if you have found a product that works for you, my recommendation would be to actually add Copaiba to it to enhance it. If you haven't found that CBD works for you, then I think that what you will find is that Copaiba will work. So it comes in both the oil form that, like I mentioned, we use on Steve's residual limb, and then it comes in a supplement form, a soft gel. And this is one that Steve takes every single day as a preventative for phantom pain. Now, Steve will say that he doesn't have phantom pain so much as he calls it a sensation, but it has diminished quite a bit with this. He doesn't hardly have episodes of zingers, he calls them, anymore. The next one is frankincense, and frankincense is known as the king of all oils. There is a laundry list of things that frankincense can help with. This is a good one for not just pain. It is fantastic for our skin. It actually has anti-aging properties as well, if that's something that you care about. And it is actually very soothing and helps with our mood. So even though we're talking specifically about amputations and amputees, I believe that amputees deal with a lot of depression, or can deal with a lot of depression and mood issues. So this is a great one. Every essential oil is going to provide a myriad of benefits. So what I'm highlighting in tonight's class is just specific for amputee stuff, okay? The next one I want to talk about is helichrysum. And this we discovered was a natural blood clotter. I had actually bought it for my son because he was having nosebleeds. And whenever he would get a nosebleed, I would put it over the bridge, just rub on the bridge of his nose, and his nosebleed would stop pretty quickly. So excuse the picture, but, and I didn't even put in the bad one, but this was the day that Steve had his sutures taken out. I wasn't there, and so when I got home from work, I was super excited to see his leg without the sutures in it. He had staples and stitches. Unfortunately, I think him being on prednisone, which was for healing his kidneys, which is what caused the blood clot to begin with, I think the doctors forgot about that, and it caused slower healing. So when they removed them, he actually popped holes. And so when he removed his bandages for me to look at it, he was literally bleeding. And so I immediately got the helichrysum and started using that. And it was amazing at how quickly it would stop a literal hole from bleeding. But it was also really scary, and so we obviously called the doctor and got him back in the next day, because that was just not right. The next one is lavender, and I think that the majority of people, when you think of lavender, you think of relaxation and calming, and I know a lot of people use it for sleep, but this is actually ultimate in skin health. So if you think of skin irritations and a burn or getting stung by a bug or anything, lavender is going to soothe that. So it actually can speed up the healing process of wounds and can help with the formation of scar tissue. So this is an excellent one, and one that we use every single day on Steve's residual limb. And then obviously I put that it promotes peaceful sleep and helps ease tension, feelings of tension. So the next one is another one that we use every single day, and it is melaleuca, or another word is tea tree. So this is fantastic for keeping our skin clean. It's got antifungal, antibacterial properties. So it is renowned for its cleansing and rejuvenating effect on the skin, and it is fantastic, and one that we use on his residual limb, like I said, in conjunction with the lavender and copaiba. We use all three of those. I kind of give his little residual limb a little bit of a massage every night to get these oils all around his skin, to as a preventative, to make sure that, you know, he's not sore, that he doesn't develop sores, and doesn't have any problems with wound. This is super cleansing, because that's the other thing with being an amputee, especially if you're wearing a prosthetic. If you put on so Steve's a below knee. I guess you probably remember from the picture. Anyway, it's super important to keep your residual limb clean at all times. One of my probably absolute favorite products that I use every single day, as well as our 12-year-old, is Correctex. So if you were with me or met me in San Antonio, I hope that you were able to grab a sample of this. If I didn't meet you in San Antonio, or you didn't get a sample of Correctex, I highly encourage you to reach out to me. I will send you a sample of this, because I do believe that this is a tool that you need in your toolbox, because you can spot treat your sores. It helps with the rubbing where the top of your sleeve is, if you are wearing a prosthetic and you have that rubbing and rawness at the top. This helps with all sorts of things. If you get a cut, if you have any sort of blemish, anything like that. So, I mean, talking about the ways that I use it, I actually use it on old scars even. The essential oils in this are super duper powerful, and most of them that we've already talked about: frankincense, helichrysum, melaleuca, cedarwood, and lavender. Cedarwood is the only one that we're not talking about tonight, but it is fantastic for skin, soothing, and great. We use cedarwood, but we use it in the diffuser, and we're not talking about that tonight. So how do I apply these? I do a couple drops of fractionated coconut oil in my hand, and I do a couple drops of the lavender, the melaleuca, and the copaiba. And then like I said, I massage his residual limb. So fractionated coconut oil is just a pre-distilled coconut oil, so it doesn't ever thicken, and it doesn't look like the cooking. It's always in a liquid form. And then another thing I just wanted to highlight are veggie caps. Veggie caps are just empty capsules that you can create your own pill with. And this is just a very convenient, easy way to take essential oil internally if you are not a fan of putting it underneath your tongue, or don't like the taste, don't want to add it to your water or whatever. So I just wanted to share these two products are, could truly, honestly, probably be bought anywhere, but I believe that the doTERRA products are the best, and they're, why go anywhere else? So Another thing that we have found extremely helpful is the On Guard sanitizing mist. So this is just like your natural, like a Perel or your hand sanitizer, basically, is what this is. The On Guard, though, what makes this different, aside from it doesn't dry out your hands, it's extremely nice smelling, but On Guard was tested in a controlled test of, they tested Clorox wipes, Lysol wipes, the On Guard, and a controlled substance. And what they discovered was that essentially the other products, bacteria was growing almost immediately after having wiped down the counter. And if you read the back of the containers for those wipes, it essentially says you should leave it wet, visibly wet, for about 10 minutes. And none of us do that. So On Guard did not have growth or bacteria growing for 7 days. So this is a super antibacterial, and doTERRA believes in it so much they actually have a whole On Guard line, but we're not going to talk about that. But this one is super powerful because as an amputee, when Steve really started using it was he was going at work. He had to go downstairs to use the restroom. He washes hands, he comes out, he had to go up the stairs. So of course he had to hold the handrail. And then he gets back to his desk and he feels gross because he's now touched the handrail and the door. And so I got him this On Guard sanitizing mist, and honestly, he's got one in his truck. He keeps one at the office. He has one everywhere, and we do too. And my son takes one and has it at school and sprays it in his hands between classes. And this is a product I highly recommend, not just for the hand sanitizer, but I recommend they have a supplement, and we take it every single day, my whole family, and we haven't been sick in 3 years. So super powerful. I'd love to talk to you about that later. We talked about doTERRA's wellness lifestyle and eating healthy being the baseline. And this is the foundational piece that doTERRA has developed. Just like essential oils, supplements are not regulated either. And doTERRA developed these lifelong vitality supplements to aid our Western diet. We do not eat and cannot eat physically enough food to provide our bodies with the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need. Unfortunately, even if you're a vegan and you're only eating vegetables, you're still unfortunately not able to get everything that you need because our soil is so depleted. So these are our foundational health. You can read, these are some of the top ways that this product helps. For Steve in particular, this has helped with his overall feeling good, overall wellness, but it also helped with those minor aches and pains. It did the same for me, but these were key for me for sleep. These help with mood management. They help with energy. They help with just everything you can see here and more. But basically, this is foundational for our health. And so this product is so important. It is actually doTERRA's #1 selling product, and it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. On the box, it says, change your life in 30 days or your money back. And they do stand by that, but I've personally never had a customer had to return them because they do work. Another supplement that was key for Steve is the Deep Blue Polyphenol. These are terrific for joints, and Steve had what he calls golfer's elbow, but I think is tennis elbow. And he doesn't have that pain anymore. He also doesn't have that arthritic feeling when the seasons change in his knees and his joints. This has eliminated that. For me, I take Deep Blue as needed. I take it as I would a over-the-counter pain pill. I take it if I do hurt myself or end up with some joint or muscle discomfort, I will use this. So it is safe enough to take every single day, which Steve does, or you can use it as needed. And that's one of the things that I really like about it. This year at convention, doTERRA released 13 new products. And these three are a new product line that doTERRA developed, and it's all about mental wellness. These were designed to take them or to use them in combination with one another, but you certainly do not have to. But they help tremendously with stress and anxiety, think depression, think PTSD, ADD, ADHD, even focus. So this product was clinically tested with some, I don't remember how many people, I'm sorry, but it was clinically tested. People went in and took this random test, and they tested children to adults, and some of them they diffused a placebo, and in another area they diffused this adaptive. Actually, the people who were in the room where the adaptive was diffused scored significantly higher than those in the room that was not being diffused, because it calms the nerves. It helped them focus in a situation that they were maybe uncomfortable in, or that unfamiliar setting. So this system is amazing. So the oils, the one here on the left, this is a mental wellness protocol using the oils, best used throughout the day to diffuse. So in your workspace, at your home, after school, whenever your kids come home, whenever, but honestly, truly works. The other bottle here is the oil in a roller ball form, and it's diluted with the fractionated coconut oil that we talked about before. So you can apply to the web of your hand, the base of your neck, over your shoulders, and the base of your skull. I will say my 12-year-old son had an issue, I'll call it. He wasn't understanding what in the world was going on with him, but what he had basically figured out was that he didn't understand, he couldn't control his feelings. So I had him put adaptive on his wrist and over his heart space, and within 60 seconds he was already calm, and he's like, wow, Mom, that stuff's cool. So this we've already had some great success with in our home. The supplement, I want to point out this one in particular. It can be used as a chill pill. It has aside from the oils that it has in it, it has 100 milligrams of naturally sourced GABA. And GABA is important, and I'm sure you guys have heard the name from gabapentin and things like that. And I started giving this to Steve without him knowing. And then I asked him a few days later if he had noticed any difference with any sort of phantom feeling, if he had any tingling, if he had noticed anything. And his answer was, well, gosh, I don't think I even remember, feeling it. So I believe that this is another good product specifically for amputees, not just for the mood management and for the overall mental wellness that it provides, the focus that it provides, the calm that it provides. But I do believe that this 100 milligrams of naturally sourced GABA can be extremely beneficial for you. So a wellness protocol for this is the lifelong vitality supplements that we talked about earlier, super foundational for our health. Restful sleep, doTERRA has a bunch of products that you can use to help with sleep. They just threw one on here that's also a supplement. And then the adaptive supplement for our mental wellness. Another new product that they came out with is huge for inflammation, and I'm sure all of you have heard of turmeric. The difference with this one is it's a never before done double encapsulated pill that includes the essential oil, the turmeric essential oil, and the powder. So this is providing the curcumin and the turmerones all in one. And the way that it was designed and developed, and I don't know the scientific reasoning behind it, but our bodies are not typically able to process turmeric in a very effective way, at least very small amounts at a time. And the way that they have developed this pill allows us to really get a huge boost of that inflammation support. It also helps to fight free radicals in our bodies, which simply means that it helps reduce our exposure to chronic illnesses, autoimmune diseases, and things like that. I just want to throw this out. This is a great support for joints and cartilage. And I can send this to you if you would like. I don't want to leave it up. I want to keep moving on. But this is something super helpful and just an example of a way that I'm going to help you. You can take a screenshot too. But this is how I'm going to help. I'm going to help give you these protocols and help you know exactly how to use the products that you would get. So I always joke there's an oil for that, but really I believe that there is. So these are just some of the other ways that essential oils can help, in addition to like a medicine cabinet makeover and cleaning products and you name it. But these are some of the key ways that essential oils can help that we didn't even really touch on all of them tonight. Essential oils truly are safe, they are effective, and they are affordable. If you go to your doctor and you get prescribed something and you take it and it doesn't work, you do not throw your hands up in the air at the doctor and say, I'm never trying anything you recommend again. You're going to go back, you're going to say, hey, that didn't work, what else do you got for me? And they're going to give you something else. I say the same thing is true with essential oils. If you have the patience and the desire to use essential oils effectively, we will find a solution that will work for you, for whatever your problem or ailment is. You just have to be patient. And the most common things are obviously what we're going to address first. I mean, using the say, for example, if you had head tension and you use peppermint. If it doesn't work for you, there are lots of other things, but we're going to go with the peppermint first because it works for the majority of people. So if you will trust me and have patience with yourself, we will find those exact key things that will work for you. But I'm confident that the protocols that we've developed for Steve are going to benefit the majority of you. So this just kind of gives you doTERRA's, what they call their top 10 essential oils. You can see the melaleuca, lavender, and frankincense and On Guard that we talked about are all in this, in their top 10. And this, if you look at this as a whole, this is a great way to start because it provides you with all of the necessary things that you would need to clean in your home, to do a medicine cabinet makeover, to detoxing our home and bodies. And so I just wanted to show a visual of truly these things are not there's solutions for everything, and they're not as expensive as most people think. So how do you get started? What's the next step? There are actually two options. Well, there's three options, but the retail option we're not talking about because I don't feel like that's going to be beneficial for you. If you want to get started, it's no different than a Costco membership. You would pay $35 membership fee, and then you choose whatever oils you want, and we can certainly build a kit for you. The second option is to purchase an enrollment kit. An enrollment kit will provide a deeper discount, and it also waives that $35 membership fee. So it really is the more cost-effective way to get started. Certainly not necessary. Being that they have a membership that starts at $35, we can certainly work with any budget. And what I would say is start with, if money is an issue, then you start with an oil and the membership and build the collection. But for those of you who are interested in actually giving this a try, you're serious about your health and ready to get going, I threw together a couple of ideas for you. One of doTERRA's top selling kits is called the Home Essential Starter Kit. It comes with the top 10 oils that we went over the majority. I put on here are the amputee specific oils that come in here. The frankincense, which alone, if you were to just buy the bottle of frankincense, it's almost $70. So you're getting frankincense, melaleuca, and lavender, all three of which you would be using every single day. It also comes with a diffuser, which is awesome. Then, just this month, just for October 2019, doTERRA, if you buy this kit, you will get the Copaiba oil, the Copaiba soft gels. And remember, both of those are key for Steve's wellness protocol as well. And then yellow mandarin is just a yummy citrus oil, and they're throwing that in. Now, from me, I'm going to throw in a tube of Correctex and your On Guard hand sanitizer. You will also get a essential oil book, and you get ongoing support and education from me, and as well as a little goodie bag. I want to do this because I want you to see the value in, if you wanted to start with a kit, but you're thinking, well, gosh, I don't even know how to use all of those other ones. I'm going to teach you all of that. And it doesn't have to be overwhelming. We can start with one issue. If sleep's your biggest priority, we can deal with sleep. If working on your skin is an issue, or working on you as an amputee is the issue, we will do that. But I wanted to make sure that I provided you with some of the top products that you're going to need. And one thing to treat your residual limb every day is the melaleuca, the lavender, and the copaiba, and this all comes in here. And then my favorite kit is the kit that I got started with, and it's the Natural Solutions kit. And the reason I like this one so much is because it not just comes with the majority of the top 10 oils, but it includes additional stuff, as well as this is the jump start to reducing the toxins in your home. So it comes with hand soap, toothpaste, the lifelong vitality supplements that we talked about that are foundational for your health, a beautiful diffuser and box, of course, and so the amputee specific oils that come in here: frankincense, melaleuca, lavender, Correctex, the lifelong vitality supplements, the On Guard hand sanitizer, and the fractionated coconut oil. So because it comes with all of those things, the Correctex and the On Guard, so for this kit, I'm going to throw in clove and turmeric. This will give you everything that we talked about tonight, except for the helichrysum. And of course, ongoing support and education, the goodie bag, all of that stuff. And doTERRA will give you these 3 freebies as well. So this one is my absolute favorite, but you know, like I said, we will work with any budget, and it's not about what kit you get started with. It's just that you get started, and it's that you feel empowered with your choices. So if you need to reach me, you can call me, you can text me, you can email me, look me up on my website, or and I do highly recommend you follow me on Instagram or Facebook. Um, I post daily. Some of it's inspirational, some of it is product related. I really only do 2 product posts a week because I don't want to inundate with product. I will provide you with enough of that. So I just want you to know that I'm definitely here for you, and excited to help you on your journey, and hope to hear from you. And thank you so much for joining me. Reach out if you have any questions. If you want to talk specifically to Steve, let me know that, and I will have him talk to you. I do feel like it's important that you understand amputee to amputee what works. And so just thank you so much for joining, and I hope that you have a good one. Bye.